Okay, today we're going to be doing percent proportion to sales tax addition. Everything's going to be pretty much the same with just a few couple little changes at the end of the problem. So let's review our percent proportion. First we have the percent over 100. That hasn't changed any at all. And because this is the sales tax addition, you'll find the tax right up here where our part is. And then this will be the price. The whole will be the price, the original price, before sales tax. All right, let's try some problems, see if we can make this make sense. McKenna wanted to have her nails done before her vacation. It costs $45 for a manicure and a pedicure. If she wants to leave a 20% tip, what is the total cost she'll have to pay? So when we look at this, we're going to set up our percent proportion. And we're going to go, I always start with the percent first. In this case, it's a 20% tip, so I'm going to put my 20, and I know it's over 100 because that never changes on the percent proportion. So it's 20 over 100. On this side, we have to figure out, where does this 45 go? Well, that's the original price before we do anything to it. And what are we trying to find out? What is X? Well, X is our sales tip. So X is the sales tip. So when we look at this and we're trying to figure out what is X, it's that 20% tip we want to leave. Now once again, we're going to do our little cross multiplying thing. And we know that cross products are equal, so we get 100X equals, and I'm going to give you, not going to lie, I am using a calculator. 20 times 45 equals 900. So it's going to be 900. Now, if you want to get a calculator and use it, you might want to ask your teacher. They might let you. Okay, now we have a one-step equation, so I'm going to divide both sides by 100 to get X by itself. And when I do that, I find out that McKenna is going to leave a $9 tip. But let's go back to what the question asked. The question says, what is the total cost? So if we're looking for total cost, we'll take that $9 tip, we'll add the $45 from the original amount, and we'll get the total cost is $54. So she'll pay a total of $54 for her manicure and pedicure. Okay, our next problem is a little bit different, but we're going to work it exactly the same way. Our price of an MP3 player is $26.99 and it has a sales tax of 7% to be added to the purchase. What is the final cost? So on this one, like I always say, we know this 100 is right here. It never changes. And our 7% sales tax, well, that's going to go in the numerator because it's always percent over the 100. Let's look at our other side. $26.99, well, that's the cost, the original cost of our MP3 player. So what do? We have cross products are equal. We know that about proportional relationships. And we get 100x equals, now it's time to visit that calculator, 7 times 26.99, which happens to be 18893, and our decimal is going to go right there as it's 2 places over. So it's a one-step equation. We divide by 100, divide by 100. Now this is where it might get a little bit different. X equals 1.8893. Now remember, we're dealing with money here. You can't pay like a 10,000th of a penny. They're going to round this up, and when they do, it's going to become 189. Because if we look at this spot right here, check its neighbor to the right, that will make that round up to 189. So we add the 189 to the 26.99 to get our final cost. So we're just going to do 189. I'm sorry about my sloppy writing, but hey, that's just the way it is. 189 plus 26.99 and we'll get, for our final total, $28.88. So in this case, you had to do a little rounding. We're still adding our tax to our original price to get our total amount, or our final cost. All right, so this is the last one. Andrew missed the bus to school and called a taxi to pick him up. The taxi ride was $37.50 and he wants to tip the driver 12%. How much money will Andrew give the taxi driver? So once again, it looks like a total cost kind of problem. So we'll set it up just like we set the other ones up. It'll be over 100. In this case, our percent is 12. It's always easy to notice because it has a percent sign. And then we're going to have $37.50 as the original price of our trip. And X will be the amount of the tip. So this is how much the tip will be. Not the total cost, but the tip. So once again, we know cross products are equal, so we get 100x equals whatever 12 times 350 is. So I'm going to do 12 times, 3750. Let's try that. 12 times 37. Sorry, my calculator isn't working very well right now. Let me try again. 12 times 3750. That's a lot of money. It's going to be 450. But don't worry, that's not your final answer. That is only our cross products. So we divide by 100. Divide by 100. And this one is x equals, it will probably come out on your calculator 4.5, but let's make it look like money and call it 450. So then we're going to add 3750 plus our 450, and hopefully, if you do your math right, you'll get $42. So the total cost, including the tip, will be $42. So, hope you've enjoyed sales tax, tips, fees, commissions. They all work the same way. Hey, wait, we haven't done a commission problem. Let's do one of those real quick because it's going to be a little bit different. Or maybe not. So, here it is on this one. I'm going to work this one real quickly. The hard part about this one is this commission is 0.5%. So when you go to write your percent, it's going to be 0.5. This will still be 100. This will be 1200. That's a lot of money. 00. And this will be x. So when we multiply these, we'll get 100x equals, and in this case, half of that, half of 1.2 million, will be 600,000. So we'll divide by 100. Divide by 100. X equals 6,000. So his commission was $6,000. Notice I didn't need to add anything to it. He doesn't get to keep the 1.2 million. All he gets is his commission. That's what he gets for selling it. All right. Hope you've enjoyed it.